Good morning. Already January the 3rd. It seems like Christmas was here like a day or an hour ago. New Year's was here like 15 minutes ago, and here we are, January 3rd, and getting a number of requests over the holidays as we turn the clock into 2024. More and more people are interested in the 25th USA Memory Championship. So I want to try to at least go over some of the things people are asking and questions. And so obviously the first one that most people want to know is, where are you going to have it? And there's still a number of people that don't realize we have the Memory Championship now in two pieces. We have it in what we call the qualifying events, and that we have been doing since COVID, and trying to help people save on travel expenses. We have that virtually, and we use Memory League, which is a software application that people are able to practice and utilize. And we have Lumos Labs, as most people would know. They have the memory games on their website. And so we're able to take two virtual or two online applications and put those together and score people that are applying online. That we usually will do in July, and we'll give people at least 6 weeks to go from being a finalist in that event and competing in an online stage. So let's go back and talk about what we do with the Lumos games and the Memory League games. We usually do it on a Saturday, and we usually start it at midday so that we allow for people in different parts of the country not to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and compete. So we usually will do it somewhere around 12 to 1 p.m., and have people sign in, and they obviously have to pre-register. There is a registration fee that they have to sign up with, and we send them links, and they can go practice. So we give them access to practicing, and so they get to practice the games, and then register, and off we go. They register, and then we give them the access to prices. And as I'm thinking about this, that's a key variable, because people, how long would you like to practice, and how committed are you to actually competing and showing up in July to be a part of the event? And to that degree, that's important. So that when you do sign up and you get access to practicing in the games, you actually do it, and you get a return for your investment, which is a small registration fee. I think we'll keep it at $40, which then more importantly gives you the access to this, and then it gets you into the competition to see how you do competing against other people that are focused on your memory. So that's the first part of our championship, which is the virtual event that we do online, and people sign into that, and then they're able to go play the games. The systems of Lumos Labs and Memory League allow us to then pull the scores in. We calculate those scores as part of that day, and then we look to get the top 12 people to score, and then 2 alternates, because invariably what we've learned is people do drop out by the time we go from the end of July to September the 23rd, which is where we'll be having, when we'll be having our 25th USA Memory Championship. And that will be held at Full Sail University, which is in Winter Park, Florida. And we have found people enjoy doing that. The only thing we worry a little bit about when we do this in September is we do watch the weekly weather reports and forecasts and things, and we've been very fortunate in being able to host our events at Full Sail in Winter Park, and manage to navigate through the weather for that month. As we may know, living in Florida, as I well know, September is a peak hurricane month, so we have to always focus on that. And we've been gracious about that with people who, as the month comes along and they're not able to do it, we're always willing to work with people and not holding their registration fee and making sure that they feel safe. However, for those that do come, they love staying through that weekend. They come in usually on Thursday or Friday. They like to go play at Disney. More and more people want to go play at Universal Studios, and they've got some new things going on there that are just fascinating people, and they're just loving it. And of course, there's a SeaWorld. If you're a dolphin type person, then you can go off to SeaWorld. So people like to either come in early or they stay afterwards. They stay for that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and they spend a little bit of theme park fun time here in the Orlando area, which, as I've read recently, is Orlando has now become the #1 New Year's Eve destination spot in the country for the 2023 ball drop that we had. That brought us into 2024. So that's a little bit. Now, we have an age requirement, obviously, 12 and older. I think it might now move to 13 and older because of some of the aspects of the games that we do virtually. But the point of the matter is we then take the top 12 people and they're invited to come to Winter Park. We do provide lunch for them, since again it's another thing that we start usually after lunch. The Full Sail group that puts this together are students at Full Sail University. It's one of the top universities to help students prepare to put on TV shows and productions and news broadcasts and media sites and things. And so they're the students that really do a fabulous job. They usually find about 25 to 30 students. They do a superb job, and it's just a studio location. And we then film that, and that's film recorded, it's streamed out, and people all over the world get to see it. And we've had thousands and thousands of people that have accessed that, and they just love watching it. And so that's how we're growing our base of people who want to compete. Now, what are the games? The thing that's interesting about the games is we try to do the different modalities of memory. So we're always looking for names and faces. Can you remember people's names and face? Can you remember a list of items or words? Can you recall the strings of numbers? And so we work it to bring memory functions and skills that people will use in everyday life. Because the whole purpose of the event is to demonstrate to people there's so much more that we can do with our brains than we ever thought possible. And that's the amazing part of the event, is that people look at this and say, wow, I can't believe I could do this. I can't believe first I can learn something about this. Which brings me to another question that people are asking, which is, well, gee, how can I learn how to improve my memory? And if you go to the USA Memory Championship website, we have training online modules that you can have. Maximum Memory Mastery has been a fabulous online course. Or we've been doing coaching. We have people on the team that do coaching, and what I always like to do is talk to people in advance to better understand their commitment, their interest, their ability to stay focused and learn the skills, and then how will they apply them in their lives? How will they use these skills and utilize them in everyday life, and how they meet people, or maybe how they do their business, maybe how they apply it to their school. But I'm always looking for the application of. I'm not just looking to teach people something and have it go in one ear out the other, 30 days later. It's how do we teach people life skills that make a difference in their lives, which has brought us now to a Connections Brain Training Workshop that we're starting up on the 8th of, is it the 8th? No, yes, it's the 8th of January here in the Dr. Phillips section of Orlando. And so we want to make sure people utilize the things we're teaching them in their everyday lives. And so getting requests for people, is there some way that I can train for this? And the answer is yes, there are several ways that you can train for this. And if you contact us through the USA Memory Championship website, I'm always talking with people on a regular basis, talking about their, first of all, what are they trying to accomplish? How will they measure to see the outcomes that they're wishing to accomplish? And then are they committed to putting the time in? This is not this is not just taking 2 pills in the morning and then you go off about your day. You obviously have to find time to practice the skills that we'll teach you, which we then bring on these games that we do in July to demonstrate to the world. These are people who have opted to train their brains, and boy, talking to them and what the differences are and how it's impacted their lives, it's been fantastic. This is almost like a book of how to improve your life through your cognitive functions, which is really what it's all about. And then from there, we give them, there's an event that we give, so here's the key last bit of information. We give them data that they have to study from 30 days before the Memory Championship Live, and it's called long-term memory. And that came out of a request of the neuroscience from MIT, University of Cambridge. And so we give the mental athletes 30 days to study, and we've cut it down now to 2,000 bits of information. We try to make that interesting and worthwhile, and then we put questions up on the board in the live event, up on the slide, and they have to answer those questions, and that's how we determine winners and keepers in our long-term event. So as I come back to this on Friday, I'll do a little bit more explanations on the live events and what people have to go through in order to become a USA Memory Champion. And we've had many of them. They've just been amazing, the impacts it's had on their lives. So if any of you are looking to make a difference in your life in any capacity, and it's the diversity, send us a note. I love talking with people and learning what their challenges and issues are, and we'll take it from there. We'll see you back here on Friday. My goodness, it'll be January 5th already.